So I want you to think right now and think about how you felt when you started this season, and then look at how you feel right now. And do you feel like you're actually making progress, like you're getting stronger, you're getting faster on the ice, or do you feel like maybe you've lost a little bit of the gains that you had when you were fresh and you started the season? And then look ahead, at how far you are from playoffs, and we really don't want to keep that slide going. So what I've done today is I've put together a little workout that you can do at home, even if you just have basic dumbbells. That's all you need. Or certainly you could do it at any high school gym. I designed this program specifically for high school age players because I know you have a lot on your plate. It's a real balancing act with practice, games, school. Some of you are playing high school hockey as well. So I wanted to make it really, really easy, really quick, to help you keep that speed, stamina, and naturally keep the injury bug at bay as well. So it's split into a mobility portion that I'd like you to do every day. If that isn't going to work, 4 times a week minimum. It's all in the video. It tells you how long to hold each stretch and how long to do each exercise. Then there's a strength portion that is really, really quick. It's just the reps are a little lower, working on just helping you keep that strength in your legs, because that's one of the key ingredients to your power and speed is maintaining or building strength in your legs. And then I've integrated some core stabilization training, so you won't have to, plank or do crunches or anything like that. It's all integrated right in the workout. This workout will really take you 15 to 20 minutes to get through. If you can do that twice a week, perfect. You're going to help, be at your best when the playoffs hit. And the third element is a power element. This power workout will literally take you 10 minutes, so you have to do a little dynamic warm-up before. I don't want you to just jump into it and start doing these explosive movements. But once you get going, it will take you 10 minutes. I've integrated some skill training, so some puck handling in there during your active rest. So again, there's no wasted time, and I'd like you to try and do that 2 times a week as well. So check it out. Do give it a try. You will notice a difference on the ice. During the season, your training, your workouts don't have to be long like they are in the off season. You can get a lot done in just 10 to 20 minutes. So I put it all together for you here. It's all in the package. I didn't leave any stuff out or anything like that. This is Maria from revolutionconditioning.com, where my mission is to help 10,000 athletes win more games with fewer injuries, even if you don't have the genetic gifts or the natural ability of your competitors. There are a couple different ways you can foam roll your glutes, but in both of them, I'm going to have the foam roller oriented lengthwise. And then one is just to roll outward toward your hip. And then if I want to get a little bit more stretch on that, if I'm rolling on my right side, I'm going to bring my right heel up onto my left knee, and then again, just roll from the center, from my bum crack, basically out towards my hip. And make sure you get all angles. So I'll lean back a little bit to get the top portion, lean forward a bit to get the middle, going right out toward that hip joint. When you do the foam roll on your lateral thigh, if you bring this foot over the top and sort of rest it on the ground, it can take a bit of the pressure off, so it won't feel so pinchy when you're just starting out, just learning how to do it. And then as you get more accustomed to it, more accommodated to it, then you can bring both feet up on the top, and not too fast. And I'm trying to spend a little more time on the border, so the front border where the iliotibial band, the lateral thigh meets up with the quadriceps, and then the back border where that iliotibial band meets up with the hamstrings. When we foam roll our groins, I think of dividing your adductors into 3 portions: the outer third, the middle third, and the inner third. So I'm just lying, I have my knee bent. You can straighten your leg as well. Just sometimes your foot hits the floor, but so we'll come on the outer third, and again, kind of rotating that leg to get different portions. And then you get the middle third, and finally the inner third. When you foam roll the lats, the most common mistake I see is people getting up on their arm. The lats really attach here and then go down. So we want to stay sort of the armpit and below. So this is the area that we're rolling. So I'm going to bring this arm overhead, turning my palm up, and I'm rolling just from the top of my armpit down. And again, I'll roll forward a little bit. I'll open my chest a bit to the back and look for any little trigger points in there. So when I do the elevated hamstring and rotation, I'm going to put my leg up on a bench or a step or something like that. And then I'm going to rotate my pelvis. So I'll bring this hip bone in towards my thigh and away from my thigh. But I'm keeping a little stretch on my hamstring. So first thing I'll get in this hamstring position, I'll stay nice and tall on my torso. I'll tilt forward to bring on that stretch. And then I hold that angulation and I come this way and this way. And I'm trying to sort of stick my rear end back that way. And so that just puts different pull on different areas of the hamstring. So when you're turning in here, you'll typically feel it more on the outside. And when you're opening up here, you'll typically feel it more on the inside toward your groin. This is a prone figure 4 stretch. So we're going to bring this foot up. See how my ankle is above my knee and my toes are pointing down toward my foot. And then I'm just going to roll to my stomach. And what I'm trying to do, if I didn't need to do this stretch at all, this front of my hip would be down on the floor. So I'm actually contracting my glutes just a little bit to bring that anterior pelvis down toward the floor. When you do the half kneeling hip flexor with your foot on the wall, you're going to kind of back into the wall. So you'll go on both your knees, make sure there's something good there to cushion. And then you'll bring this foot out in front of you. So you're in this kind of like some freaky starting block position. Then what you're going to do is keep your neutral back position and come up, come up, come up until you just feel a stretch in the front of this thigh, the thigh and the leg that's down, or the front of the hip. And then you're going to hold that position. So don't just go and stand right straight up tall and get all kinds of extension through your back. Stay at whatever angle you need so that you're just getting a nice stretch in the front of your hip or thigh. If you're way forward, that tells you, wow, I've got super, super tight hip flexors. And then you may need to do, you know, some extra work on those. Make sure you're doing your myofascial release with the lacrosse ball, and maybe even do this stretch a little bit more frequently throughout the day. This is your seated glute stretch. So you're just going to cross one foot over at your knee and then bring your foot up like that, staying up nice and tall. And I feel a stretch here. So let me just show you from the side. I'm going to bring that foot up. If I feel a stretch there, that's fine. I'll stop there. If I'm not feeling a stretch, then I'll bring that foot even a little closer to me and try to sit up nice and tall. With the rear foot elevated split squat, your back foot is going to be up on something. This could be a weightlifting bench, a step. I'm just using a medium plyo box, but your foot's up there. Front leg, you're going to think about keeping the knee in good alignment, so not letting it fall inside. As I do the squat, I sit back in my hips, and I try to drop this leg straight down. On me, it wants to go out to the side, so I have to think about dropping it straight down. When I come back up, I'm really thinking of pushing through this front leg, using my glute, my rear end, to push myself back up. Again, that glute is your most powerful skating muscle, so you want to make sure you're using it as effectively as you possibly can. From the side, I just want you to notice how I'm sitting back in my hips, and I'm keeping my chest nice and tall. So my back knee bends at the same rate my front knee bends, and I'm staying tall through my torso. I think you already got the idea that I really like push-ups and their variations. So here's another one for you. Make sure your feet are a little bit wider, your hands are a little bit narrower. You're going to do your good full push-up, but then when you get to the top, Superman. Strong, lock it in with your torso, stay nice and level. When you do the lunge lateral to a lateral raise, you're going to start with the dumbbell in this position. So elbow to 90, shoulders back. Then I'm going to lunge to my left, if I'm holding the dumbbell in my right hand, I'm going to drive hard, boom, right up into a balanced position. I come down, drive back up, and stabilize. So I'm getting a nice dynamic push off that left leg. Now we can make this a little more challenging for you. So if you've mastered that and you're sticking your balance and everything's good, we're going to make it a hop rather than a lunge. So you're here, I'm going to hop to my left, and then drive hard right back to this position. Elbow at 90, shoulder at 90. Trying to keep my chest neutral, so I don't want to let the weight pull me around. I'm going to just come down, then drive right straight.
So when you do your incline plank and row, this can be anything. This could be a chair, a step in your house, whatever you have available. And you're going to hold that nice plank position and then do your single arm row. Again, keeping your hips and shoulders, everything nice and stable.
This is one of those exercises that you're going to see me do and kind of think, almost pretty much think it looks so stupid. And then you're going to try it and be like, oh my God, that's so hard. So what we're going to do is come into our wide V sit, our seated groin stretch. And you guys will get a lot wider than I am. But and I actually even have to lean back a little bit. But what we're trying to do, you're going to point your toe, you're going to lift the one leg, and you're going to trace circles that are only about 5 to 10 centimeters in diameter. And you're going to slowly, slowly trace that circle 5 times in each direction, or the required number of repetitions in each direction. Go slowly. Neatness counts. It's brutally hard. And again, if you need to lean back a little bit, point your toe and make those circles. Stick. You're going to just stay same leg position, so keeping your chest up, jump as high as you can, and then stick the landing with perfect knee alignment. So jumping as high as you can, exploding as hard as you can, and then sticking with perfect alignment. If you master that and it's looking really good, your knee's not falling in, you're not losing your balance in your upper body, then you can do the cycle split squat jump. But I still want you to stick each time. I want you to get good at exploding right from that standstill position without needing the preload. So just like if you're on the ice and the flow of the game play changes, then you don't need to sort of take a couple little extra dips to gather your energy. You can just explode right off and put force into the ice and accelerate to the puck. Now there are different ways I can do that acceleration. So in the first example, I just went straight ahead. I went from here straight ahead. But a lot of times in hockey, when you stop, you're starting with a crossover step. So we'll sometimes do a crossover acceleration from a half kneeling position. So again, I'm leaned forward. I've loaded up through here. Start easy with this one because you're also going to be putting a lot of load on your groin, on your adductors. But I'm going to lean a little bit in the direction I'm going to go, and then I'm going to drive off, and this foot comes down and gets a good push. So let me show you what it looks like. Little lean, little lean. So notice how I'm getting that good full push under from this lead leg. Now, we can also do it trail leg first. So maybe you've stopped or changed direction, that leg's loaded, and you're going to accelerate off of it. So again, I have a bit of a lean in the direction that I'm going, and I'm going to just drive off this leg, getting good full extension off my first push,